What's up, everyone? This is your stream, Mr. Steven, aka The Legend, and you already know my pronouns, so I am not going to say it. And welcome to the Steven Factor's Love on the Spectrum's Bigger and Weirder. Now, folks, we are ready for Get Some Weirdy going on. We are finally talking about Danny's open-minded about love and sex to Adon. Actually, Adon decided to refuse, or because of his religion. We also were talking about the breakups and the sensory issues, and also long distance relationships. And now we are talking about the weirdest topic of all, and it's talking about feet shots. That's right, folks. We are talking about feet shots. Now, during seasons 3 to 4, I really don't understand this director named Cian O'Clery. Why to put feet shots on Love on the Spectrum? Well, I found the information from Reddit, and I think this Google AI will give me some key points. And after that, I will say to my point of view and what I think about this. So it goes like this. So the unusually frequent close-up foot shots along the spectrum are a deliberate directorial choice. Fans often discuss this quirk on Reddit. Love on the Spectrum show community creator Cian O'Clery explained that the filmmakers use these shots because feet can be highly expressive and reflect a subject's feelings like anxiety or comfort. The specific reasons for those shots include physical expressions. Director Cian O'Clery noted that certain subjects like James express themselves heavily through the body language and their feet. Stimming. Many viewers point out that focusing on foot tapping or movement highlights how individuals on the spectrum self-soothe or cope with anxiety. Anatomical habits. The show often highlights unique or atypical foot positions such as toe walking or being pigeon-toed, which are common traits within the autism community. Relaxation. Some shots are intended simply to show subjects lounging comfortably at home. Yes, folks, they focusing on James' feet more often, or because of his body language. And guess what? Did you know how many shots of James' feet? More than 6 times. And also, Perry's feet, you know Perry Kim from season 3 of Love of the Spectrum, 1 shot while she was calling her sister. I really don't know why they want to show James' feet like that. People think it's my kind of weird, but also, do you think that the feet is an issue? Do you think the feet is becoming as a certain body language? How about more than feet? Like, there's some things that autism people do it repeatedly of this instead of feet. Like stimming, rubbing your hands together, or biting your finger like this. I had that once. Or playing with your keychain. That's a habit. Or you can rock. Or you could sing and talking to yourself. La la la. Or you could jump it up and down. But feet shots, not okay with it. I think that the director needs to focus more body language for the autism people instead with their feet. So I think that feet might be inappropriate to viewers, but also is kind of pretty weird, to be honest. And I don't know, how did he find out? Did he doing some research about what autism body language really it is? Maybe it is all about the one single formula. And one single formula is James' feet. Okay? They trying to keep focusing about James and his family more often. And maybe James become as a breakout, well, not as a breakout character, because James is not a character. James is just only a breakout cast member. Okay? He is a breakout fan favorite of the show. He's 37 years old, will be 38 very soon. Still living with his parents. But seriously, showing James' feet, that will be a secret ingredient about James is doing repeatedly. I mean, he could focus more than James' feet, like stimming, rubbing your hands, biting, rocking. But feet shots, it's not okay. Some people think are foot fetish or feet lovers. But we should probably take it down a notch of this show, you know? But feet shot is completely inappropriate to all the young viewers. And especially they trying to make them uncomfortable, you know? And also, according to this TikTok person, she tried to explain what, sorry, what what they explain really means about showing their feet on the Love and the Spectrum. And I think I have it right here. If I don't have it, I truly apologize. People are trying to have so many controversies and all kind of stuff. People have mixed reactions to it. But yeah. It happens to everybody. I really don't understand why they've been doing this. I don't know why, because it's it this is kind of gross. And it's not right to show people's feet, you know? But it is what it is, and that's what the director wants to focusing on that. And I don't have no ass to put it. They need to focusing more body language instead of feet, you know? Just keep focusing about the hands and the rocking and the biting and all kinds of stuff. But the feet shots, it's terrible. But the question is, why feet shots? And that really bothers me, though. Well, the reason why they put feet shots is to capture physical behavior and nervous energy. But what kind of physical behavior and nervous energy? For people have autism. Uh-huh. You see? Look what I found. Stimming. Like hand flapping. Or pacing. Physiological signs of nervous energy such as increase your heart rate, sweating, or sensory overload. These responses help regulate emotions with cope with their environment. You see what I just did? Now, moments ago, he always, and I'm talking about Kian, by the way, focusing on James' feet shots. But he shouldn't be focusing on more than body language. Like I said, rocking, bidding, hand flapping, or playing your keys. It's like a toy. or jumping up and down and rocking. They need to focusing on that with people with autism instead the feet part. Period. But also, there's more details about physical behavior, also known as stimming. Now, autistic people frequently use repetitive physical or vocal movements known as stimming to process emotions, manage and sensory input, or self-soothe. Visual and movement. Visual/movement. Rocking. You see? I mentioned it. Spitting. Pacing. Or open and closing hands. Tactile. Or tactile, whatever. Hand flapping. Flicking fingers. Or repeatedly rubbing specific textures. Oral and vocal, like humming repeated words, echoing, or making clicking noises. And physical and intense physical stems, jumping, bouncing, or toes or head banging. Ooh. And we have nervous and energy system. We have physical systems like shakiness, tremors, elevated rest heart rate, and sweating. Sensory overloads like everyday environments like bright lights, loud noises can feel physically painful or overstimulating, causing a spike in nervous energy. And sleep disturbance, high cognitive and sensory processing loads are often difficult to unwind or maintain your regular circadian rhythm. Oh, how about this one? Behavioral differences and copying mechanisms. Nervous energy and sensory sensitivity can be manifested in several behavioral ways. Masking, like suppressing natural behaviors like stimming, to appear of neurotypical, which expends extremely amount of energy and leads to chronic stress. Meltdowns, an involuntary response to overwhelming nervous system stress or sensory overload resulting in crying, screaming, or need to flee. And shutdowns. When the nervous system becomes overwhelmed, the body may go into a hyperarousal state, causing the person to mentally discollocate, become extremely fatigued, or lose the ability to speak temporarily. Yeah. So there's so many details, but what autism is when people have behavioral issues and body languages. And I think Kian needs to focusing about more about what really autistic people is all about. And I really don't care about this damn show, okay? People think it's a reality documentary, but no, Netflix says that it's still part as a reality show. And you think that the Love of the Spectrum, what might gonna change people's lives? They need to focus on what autism really is. They need to put the facts, what autism is all about. The body language, what they do repeatedly. I really don't know what's going on with this guy. I mean, showing people's feet, it's not the reason why they focusing on that. They need been focusing about more than that. Period. with more body language. I suggest that the director needs to go back to basics and do more research about what autism really is, especially back in the day. You know, like I said before, autism came from genetics. And yeah, he needs to work on that as well. And that's the bottom line. Okay. Stop showing people's feet, man. That's not how it goes. You need to explore more about autism really it is. Yo, man, I really don't know that this show is really going this too far. It is way uncomfortable for me, but I don't know. But I had to say it, but I really need to say it very soon. If you learn more about this channel, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell to see my latest videos, and also like button as well. This is your stream, Mr. Steven saying, Dolo para la familia, and thank you for watching the Steven Factor. Love on the spectrums, bigger and weirder. One love, peace, and sorry, I stuck.